Well, if we look at the shape of the world economy, it is changing quite rapidly. One vivid measure people use is, where is the center of the world's economic gravity? In other words, which is the point on the Earth's surface which is least far away from the major centers of economic activity? And 25 years ago, it was somewhere near Iceland, halfway between Europe and the US, a little bit north because of the pull of Japan over the pole. Now it's moved into Siberia because of the impact of rapid growth in the coastal cities of China and in India, of course, as well as the rest of Asia. So that's the first point, that the economic gravity of the world is shifting eastwards. Also, I think if we look at the global imbalances, which clearly played a part in the build-up to the crisis, we can see some modest signs of a resolution of that issue being at least feasible. China's balance of payments is not in such chronic surplus. The appetite of Asian consumers for the kinds of things that Western countries provide is growing. So I think we can see some signs of optimism that those imbalances are beginning to be corrected. It's a slow process. It will not happen overnight, and I'm sure many people, particularly in the US, would think it should happen much more quickly than it is happening. But there are signs that the trends are moving in a slightly more balanced direction. Now, the other thing, of course, that's commensurate with the economic rebalancing is a political rebalancing. And what's happened in the middle of the crisis is that all of a sudden we switched from the G7 of industrialized countries in charge of the world economy, if you like, to the G20. This happened more or less overnight at the end of 2008. And of course, we're still working through what the consequences of that might be in a number of countries, notably, of course, the BRICS were brought into the top table, if you like, and they are trying to work out which parts of the menu they want to eat from and what influence they want to have on the way in which the meals are served. And I think it's rather early to see what the consequences of that will be. But over time, the consequences will be quite fundamental, I think, in that we clearly now do have a new directing group for global economic and financial policy.